Well, good morning, guys. And when I mean morning, it is morning. As you can see, it's still pretty dark out there. But it's giving me an opportunity to test out the, I guess you call it the night vision on this camera. So let's take a step back. I'm getting ready to go on a fishing trip. I guess I'll call it a fishing road trip. And we'll go to get on the road and we'll head out towards Del Rio. That'll be the first main stop. Now when it gets daylight out here, out on the road, if there's something interesting to see, I'll stop and show it to you guys. I'm not going to show you me picking my nose because of boredom out here, but anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Alright guys, it's still dark outside, but we had to make a pit stop to Bucky's. Number one, for gas. Number one, Bucky's is known for the cleanest bathrooms. So whenever you see a Bucky sign, it almost makes you want to feel like you got to go to the bathroom. So, did my business, got the gas, now we're back on our way. Updates to follow. Well folks, it's daybreak. Travel about, I don't know, about 4.5 hours now. And we're coming into Hondo, Texas. Hondo, Texas is famous for a special sign that says something like, "This is God's country. Don't drive through it like hell." So when we get there, we'll take a picture of it and I'll show you guys. Yep folks, this is God's country. Please do not drive through it like hell. And don't abuse our sign, please. Well, we got a picture of our famous sign from Hondo, Texas. What does it say? This is God's country. Don't drive through hell or something like that. So we'll move on.
Head north on Avenue East towards 17th.
So naturally, I had to stop here at Walmart. This one is famous for having a lot of freshwater fishing supplies, a lot more than our Walmart. Like, heck, look at this. Shotgun shell bobbers. I've never seen this before. I gotta have them. And, well, you know, look at all these baits. We don't have them either at Lake Jackson. Another special bait that I had to pick up that we don't have are these Mann's 12-inch trick worms. So I had to have them. If I'm going to go out on the lake, I better have these, some Senko style worms. Yep, gotta have them. So after talking with a couple of park rangers, I noticed some exhibits like this rock art from Seminole Canyon. They also had some dioramas, of wildlife. And one interesting thing is they had a replica of the biggest bass ever caught in the lake. Well, so it turns out you don't need any permits to do any shoreline fishing, which is all I can do really. I don't have a boat. So, but anyway, she gave me a map and I'm gonna go explore some of the roads she told me that gives me access to the shoreline. And I guess I'll put this back on, what do you call it, time-lapse mode again, and we'll see what we can see. So this was a neat little cove that I checked out, my first spot out here. I'm definitely going to do this, and then, well, let's go ahead and check out some other spots that on the map that lady gave me. Well, guys, here's the situation. I'm checked into my room, and I've eaten dinner, and I'm trying to strategize on what I'm going to do for tomorrow morning. So, first of all, when I go on these road trips, I bring a lot of gear with me, and a lot of this gear I don't need, and I'll show you what I mean. First of all, here's all the reels I have. And these are reel handles for these really neat reels that I'll talk about later that use stainless steel and coils. So it makes things a lot smaller. But I got one, and I got two, and I got three travel rods. And that's what's inside the motel room. I got a lot more in the truck. But anyway, here's all my baits. I mean, I got like crankbaits and crappie stuff for sunfish, jigs, swim baits. What do I have here? I have spinner baits and buzz baits and soft plastics. More soft plastics over here, and crankbaits and Alabama rigs, bunch of top water stuff right in here. So that's obviously more than what I really need, right? So what I'm doing is I'm getting on the Texas Parks and Texas Park, what do you call it? Texas Park and Recreation site. And here you can download or look at some of the fishing reports. So for example, we are in the Big Bend area. So I'll just click on Big Bend. Let me see if I can get this focused a little bit more. Come on, Mr. Focus. Here we go. And see if I can zero in on the Big Bend area. And basically the main thing that we have in the Big Bend area is, of course, where we're at. We're at the Lake Amistad facility. I'm not sure how well you can pick this up, but it just basically says murky water, let's see, murky water, 88 to 92 degrees. Black bass are good on watermelon crankbaits, spinner baits, rattle traps. Striped bass are fair on large topwater jerk baits. White bass on crankbaits and minnows. Channel and bluefish are good on cheese bait over baited holes in 6 to 25 feet of water. Yellow catfish are fair on trot lines and throw lines baited with live perch. Everyone in a boat must have a Mexican fishing license if fishing the Mexico side, whether fishing or not. So, anyway, what I'm going to do is basically, we know a couple things here. Number one, it's fall time. So the bass and other predator fish are coming into the coves, chasing the little minnows and shad. And that's what I'm going to concentrate on, is baits that look like shad and minnows and that type of thing. Number two, they're talking about, what do they call it? Well, watermelon. Baits with watermelon colors. So I got plenty of those. And but obviously I can't take all of that with me. You saw what I was walking through and taking pictures of on the shoreline. It's I just can't carry it all. So I have a solution. So what you saw earlier was just my temporary, I'll call it intermediate storage, and because I got a lot more at home, and so this is what I'll take on the road with me. But when I finally figure out what I'm going to fish with, I'm going to do this. So here I have a backpack. Now this backpack is really a hunting backpack. It's probably made for doves. You shoot a dove you twist the head off and throw it in the back, right? Well, I'm not throwing Dove in the backpack, in this backpack. I'm going to be throwing these two containers. So what's neat about these two is I'm just going to take shad looking baits and watermelon looking baits and throw them in here, both hard baits and soft plastics. What's neat is, you know, they fold up and also they even hook together. And it's kind of hard to do this while I'm holding the camera, but then I can put everything in the backpack and it's pretty lightweight. And if I only carry one or two poles with me, I should do fine, because let's face it, what you saw today I had a hike into, and I'm not going to carry a lot of gear with me while I'm hiking, because a lot of that is crumbly limestone and it is very, very easy to slip and fall. So anyway, that is my game plan for tomorrow morning, and we'll see what happens.